Hey everybody, today is the day that we start more officially transferring from Western philosophy to Eastern philosophy. I've been using these terms kind of broadly and generically, and of course, any general term is far from perfect, right? I mean, any generalization tends to be over inclusive and under inclusive. When I say Eastern philosophy, I mean specifically Taoism and Zen Buddhism. Technically, Confucianism is Eastern philosophy, but I'm not talking about Confucianism. Confucianism is very rigid, societal, rules-based, structured, designated roles. A teacher owes a student these duties, a student owes a teacher these duties. A father should behave to a son in this way, a son should behave to a father in this way. It's very prescribed, I guess man-made, if you want to use a term like that. Whereas Taoism, for example, is like the exact opposite. We're talking about being more natural. If you want an example of how to live life properly, look at nature. Nature's already doing it. That is your role model. You are nature. You are part of nature. There's nothing that needs to be complicating the simple here. Truth is in simplicity. Truth is in flowing. Truth is in rejecting rigidity and being fluid and flexible, etc., etc. Many of these concepts that we've already talked about a little bit, on and off just about every week that we've hung out. And of course, you've gotten various examples, mostly from the Tao Te Ching, and also some Zen stories, and occasionally an excerpt from the Zhuangzi in your workbooks. So we're doing more official, though. We're going even deeper down that rabbit hole. So I just want to talk a little bit about that transition, because I think I've made it clear that I kind of have an Eastern philosophy bias, or that my preference is for Eastern philosophy. I don't want to devalue or downplay any of the things we've done up to this point, because I think that Western value has incredible, or Western philosophy has incredible value in just showing us that certainty is an illusion, that the things that we take so seriously, our grip on them is probably too tight, and the answers that society provides are usually appallingly naive and inadequate. So I think Western philosophy really breaks down walls. It really opens up new possibilities. It gets us out of any of these limiting boxes we might have placed ourselves in. But then the question is, now what? Because as you break free from those boxes, that can be a terrifying, existential crisis-inducing sort of place to be. You can feel like you don't fit in with society. You can find yourself arguing with all the idiots in the world and being frustrated that they can't see things as clearly as you do. You can go a lot of really kind of jaded, dark, apathetic, withdrawn, elitist. There's a lot of paths you can go down having had a dose of Western philosophy. And I feel like Eastern philosophy is a really important buffer or antidote to that, or maybe just logical next step. Okay, we can't be as certain as we thought. There's nuances and gray and complications to the questions we care the most about: ethics and religion and identity and free will and you name it. And so what do we do with that? And I think Eastern philosophy, again, is the answer to those questions. And really, we've talked some about Wu Wei, we've talked about non-attachment. I want to focus a little bit today on not using force. So when I think about a Western approach to philosophy, it's very forceful, right? If I can just think my way through this, if I can just kind of logic my way to a conclusion, find that conclusion, apply that conclusion, then everything will be fine. Eastern philosophy says, at the core, that just fundamentally doesn't work. Being present in the now, allowing, accepting, letting things happen, being receptive, embracing emptiness, flowing. This is the way you actually get shit done. And this is the way, not that you find happiness, but that you discover that it was already within you all along, and that you just got kind of blinded to that fact. So I'm really looking forward to sharing the next couple weeks with you. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And this is one of those topics that I do better with questions, and I have no idea how to kind of linearly lecture a non-linear concept or rationalize a non-rational approach. So ask me all of the questions as always, and I'll look forward to sharing additional thoughts with you as you continue to walk this journey.